Hello, you're listening to the SpitTake Podcast with Adam, Alex, and Steph.
Hello.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
You know, you guys, I was listening to the last episode we did, and I would sit there and say something, and then you guys are like saying hi after I go into the next thing. So I gave you guys some time, and you still messed it up.
I feel like I jumped on top of that horse that you saddled for me.
You did great, Alex.
It's not about us. Let's introduce our guest.
Yes, we have a special guest today, Patti Negri. She is is the correct term witch?
Yeah.
Witch, psychic, all of the above?
Medium, witch, psychic, bottle mover, table. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, all of the above.
Master of the mystical arts.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. And you're a very accomplished author. I think you've got, 3 books now?
Yeah, I've got, my main one, Old World Magic for the Modern World. I've had out 6 years. It's kind of like a little life hack, how to bring magic into every part of your life. I'm part of a group book called Women Gone Wild, Intuition. And then just like a few months ago, I put out my newest book on Llewellyn doll craft, all about haunted dolls and magical puppets, combining my paranormal world and my witchy world.
So we were talking for about 10 minutes before we started this, and I just noticed those dolls when you pointed to them.
What dolls, Adam?
They
Do
move?
they really? Oh,
now
fun.
I'm going to lose focus this whole time watching those dolls.
The brunette in burgundy right next to my head, her name is Belle. She's 115 now. She was sent to me by a girl in Belgium who the doll had made her sick for 3 years. I banished the really dark thing, but she literally has moved. I've had another doll that she moved like 6 inches across my screen. Both my hands were sitting there looking in the Zoom screen.
Wow.
You're going to have a hard time gaining any eye contact.
I know. We're always watching. We're waiting for them to move. I'm like, I'm going to see it. I know it's going to happen.
That's why I keep them like a couple feet back. Otherwise, they take full focus. It's like, okay, I'm here. It's all about the dolls. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That's
which is your
quite the doll
favorite?
collection.
Which is your favorite doll?
Belle is certainly my favorite.
Okay.
She is the family member. These other ones, they're not all haunted.
Okay.
She is, and she's become a member of the family. You know, you could tell by how your animals treat, or if anybody has young children and things like that. So I must say she is the favorite. Though, if I turn my camera around, I am a doll collector since birth. There are hundreds of eyes looking at me with my Barbie dolls.
Oh my God!
Oh, Barbies. Those are haunted in a different way.
Yeah, but I've never had one with a ghost because they are the ultimate goddess, so they don't need to take on a ghost. They could. I mean, I even teach people how to do that. But I think I probably had more dolls before I was birthed in my mother's womb than most people have in their whole life. And I have every Barbie I've had from childhood and then some.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's incredible.
I collected the holiday Barbies growing up. So every year I would get the new holiday Barbies. We have a stack of them in my closet at my parents' house. And my mom's like, what are you going to do with these? I'm like, just hang on to them. Just
hang on to them. Are they in the box or out of the box?
They're in the box, never touched.
Mm-hmm.
So
I hate that.
I know. Trust me, I did too.
You can't breathe.
I know.
But I understand. I have the most expensive of collectors one out of the box. Out of the box. I don't care. You got to breathe. How do you move around? You know.
Yeah,
I'm right there with you. I had all the action figures growing up. Then they were out everywhere to a point of like pissing off my parents who stepped on them.
Yeah,
yeah. I was at my parents' house this past weekend for Easter, and my daughter pulled out a box of toys that used to be mine, and there were Ninja Turtles and Ghostbuster toys in there. None of them in the box and pretty beat up, but brought back memories. Brought back a lot of memories.
Yeah,
sure.
What is your for? Yeah.
We had a little doll. I'll never forget. It was like one Christmas. I get home. I had these shelves above my bed. There were books and stuff on there. And I woke up. I went downstairs. I came back, and there was this porcelain doll that appeared out of nowhere in a Christmas dress, just sitting on my shelf. And I asked my mom, I was like, where did this come from? She goes, well, you must have put it there. I was like, no. And I was old enough where I could comprehend everything. And I said, no, this doll just appeared. And I would move it, and it would be right back on the shelf. And I was like, this is terrifying. I had no idea what was going on, but I don't know what happened to her. I don't know if my sister took her or something, but she appeared out of nowhere and just sat there for quite some time. So
That's fabulous. You may have had a haunted doll at that young age. How cool is that?
that wouldn't
So
surprise
cool.
me in that room that I lived in. There was a lot that went on in that little area.
Dolls have been used in magic and spirituality and woo-woo stuff, every culture for the beginning of time.
Sure. Patti, when you say haunted, is it a particular soul, like of someone past that haunts a particular doll? Or are we talking kind of like poltergeist, that this is the emotions that transfer into this doll? What's
No, it can be both. If to say you have a haunted doll, that would say a spirit of a disembodied spirit floating around, somebody who was human as a rule, that was human, and not that they need to have a vessel. I mean, I have a ghost that lives here. She does not go in any of them. Well, she came with a house. She lived here for decades before I did. My house is from 1920. My house came with this ghost. She doesn't need to get in a doll. But if you were a disembodied spirit, you have your choice of getting into a toaster or a bottle of water or something with eyes and a nose and face. I'd go there. So a cliche haunted doll is something that it's taken on a spirit, usually of a deceased human, but it could be something else. A puppet, like what's my other half of my book, is where you create a spirit. It's a spirit. It's your health doll. It's a spirit of health to help you with health or money or love. That's where you're like literally putting the spirit and creating it in. And then on the third note, there's an inspirited doll. Like a doll cannot be haunted, but it could have the spirit. Like if you walk into an antique or a thrift store, and this little doll was so loved by somebody, their ghost isn't necessarily there, but it's like that leftover residue of all the love or all they have. So there's many energies that can be on a doll. But for me to say it is haunted means you're going to get footprints. They're going to move things around the house. You're going to hear them talking to you. If you have paranormal equipment, they'll talk through it.
So you mentioned haunted toasters. Have you ever encountered a haunted toaster?
Well, I haven't, but I keep waiting. I remember from when we were kids, did somebody have a haunted toaster with like Jesus on it or the devil on it?
Yes.
And the toast came up.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I can't remember what I had for breakfast, but I can remember the haunted toasters. Like, how do you get one of those?
Yeah. No,
Of course.
you brought it up, so I was like, do you have a personal experience with that? Because that is more interesting to me than the dolls.
Yeah.
Are you sure you're not hungry, Adam? Do you need some toast right now?
I do. I know. And in my book, I talk about you don't want a negative. I don't like good and bad and good and evil so much as I like high vibration, low vibration. You really don't want a negative haunted doll. You like I would not have Annabelle in my house, or Peggy the doll in Zach's museum, or Robert the doll, because I mean, at very least, they really will drain your energy. They can make you sick, and that's my loud living dachshund upstairs. Partly, someone may have dared walk by.
How dare they?
How dare they?
Yeah.
Protecting the hall.
You owe me a doll.
So, I had one that was just, again, hundreds of dolls. I know what I'm doing. That's why I'm considered an expert on haunted dolls. But I was sitting in my little office, which I am right now, which I love. All of a sudden, I noticed, why am I not spending time in my office? I'll take my laptop upstairs. It's like, I'm looking around, what is it? And I looked at this one little doll, kind of like a doll statue. One of my clients, actually like a rock star client, had given me. And I'm like, oh, it's you. You've taken on something negative. You can't stay here. So me being me, I called Zach Bagans. I go, Zach, I have something that's way too dark and it's perfect for your museum. Do you want it? Next day, I'm sitting there in Vegas giving it to him, and it started acting up that night. But it's in the perfect place, someplace where people don't sleep, raise a family, try to sleep, have pets,
Sure.
Yeah.
Do the dolls, like the spirits, would they affect you more if you were in like a tranquil state, such as if you were working in your office, or when you said sleep, having them near a bed, is that more dangerous than like your day-to-day?
I wouldn't have my haunted dolls in the bedroom. I mean, I know some people do, because I don't have, if you're getting to know somebody, I always have little protection things with the dolls, whatever, like, people put salt. I use an herb brew. But I would not have one in my bedroom, because that's when you're vulnerable. It is an entity. It is a spirit there.
Yeah,
though
sure.
on the other end of thing, if you're creating a spirited doll and your kid has a Superman, a superhero, or their goddess Barbie doll, I might embed a protective spirit into that, and here's your extra powerful Superman for the kids. But as far as an outside spirit entity that you don't have that kind of control over, I wouldn't put it in the bedroom.
Yeah. So the dolls, I'm curious about this. The dolls, do they talk to you? Don't laugh at me. I'm asking a real question here.
Focused on the dolls right now. And
I'm so focused on the dolls because the dolls are right there. They're asking me to ask them questions. Okay. All right.
Yeah, they will talk to me. They will talk to me in my mediumship. Like, Belle wants to know this. Actually, Belle, that face is porcelain. It hasn't literally moved in 115 years. It's porcelain. Mm-hmm. 3 people in a row could walk in and go, Belle's happy today. Belle's happy today. Belle's happy today. The next day, and she's on a day she's happy. 3 people can walk in and go, oh, Belle's feisty today. Belle's feisty today. Belle's feisty today. It's the energy. Just like you guys can read each other's energy, we can read energy. So that not literally changing, though she really does wink and she really does move. But I mean, that porcelain is not literally moving, but that little energy all around. It really does. And she talks to me. And again, she could talk to me just like, oh, I know what she wants, or medium, or we've picked up disembodied voices on camera before. Or again, if you're into the paranormal world, like some of us have your paranormal equipment, whether it's a phone app where they talk through or like an Ovilus or a speaking bell, they will absolutely talk to you.
That's interesting. Adam and I used to have one on our phone. Now, I don't know how accurate it was, but we would go around our house because I am convinced our house was haunted, or maybe it was just me. I don't know. I brought them in, but we would go around the house and we'd like hear little noises and we'd be like, what are they saying? What are they saying? I don't know if we ever found anything great, but
yeah.
No, those phone apps really do work. I mean, Gary Galka, who is one of the inventors of all the great stuff that we use on Ghost Adventures and that everybody uses, he invented the Mel meter and all. Sorry, I'm crossing my legs and putting them up there. But we were, I think, filming a Ghost Adventures, and all these like tech dude. Yeah, put your feet up.
There you go. Put your feet up, Alex. Do it.
I want you to relax. I'll relax. Everybody, just have fun. Bring the dachshund down.
I'm like, I'm going to get kicked out because all these like techie involved, and I'm this goofy medium, and he's talking about the Ovilus and the Mel meter, and I'm like, I like the Ghost Radar at whatever app it was on my iPhone. I'm like, oh God, they're going to kick me out right now.
I think I had that app.
Yeah. He said, oh no, that's really goes. The guy who made that literally copy and paste and stole it off the Ovilus. So, and spirits learn to use it. Even some of them that are made to be more like games, spirits yearn to use them. Just like an SLS camera. That's the one where they shows ghosts as green stick people, like going like this. I love that camera because say if I'm doing a seance and I'm like, oh wow, there is a ghost doing jumping jacks on the middle of my dining room table. You believe me or you don't believe me, fine. But now there's a guy in another room who can't see or hear me with a camera that a ghost is doing jumping jacks and kicks on that camera. So it's like a confirmation thing. But yeah, so now there is tech stuff that can do stuff like that.
So when I live
medium, we're also
we're all trying. I know we've all got a million questions. Alex, you go first. You haven't talked in a while.
Yeah. I was just going to say, when you are doing your seances as a medium and you see the ghost doing the jumping jacks, are you seeing this like person dressed in whatever that they died in or that they lived in, or are you seeing just the amorphous human shape?
It's both. That's what we call the clairs. Everybody says clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairgustance. I teach this stuff. Sometimes I'm literally seeing, there's a man in a cowboy hat standing right behind Adam. Something, sometimes
not really, right? Because I got a thing.
Adam, do not.
Sometimes I'm seeing it in my third eye, inside my head. Sometimes I just know it. Sometimes I just feel it. I teach people to use all their different just like we use our hearing, our smell, our taste. They all I've been doing it since such young childhood. I don't differ. Am I looking at that with my eyes or am I looking at that inside my head? I do break it down to teach people how to do it. But in that moment, I'm just like, I don't want to over left brain it because that'll shut it down. Just like there's a guy doing jumping jacks or a girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I was going to say with the apps, so I had one, I lived in this shitty little apartment in Montgomery, Illinois for a while with my friend Morgan, and we had the Ghost app. We were super into Ghost Adventures where I think there was 13, 14 seasons at the time.
We're up to 30.
Oh my gosh.
And this was back in 2010, I want to say. So in any case, we had watched every episode and then we started over and watched every episode. And we would just sit on the couch. And that's why we're like the best roommates. Didn't matter what we were watching. We just sat there and watched it. Yeah. But we watched a lot of Ghost Adventures to the point I started having dreams about ghosts. So anyways, I got the app and because we were sitting there, we had bottles of alcohol on our fridge, which was like a little galley kitchen.
As you do.
Yeah. And every now and then we would hear a bottle fall off the fridge. And at first, it's like, let's see, maybe the fridge is, crooked. We're on the top floor, so nobody's stomping around upstairs. And we're just like seeing it. And it's falling to places it shouldn't fall in the first place. So that started happening. We got the Ghost app. We started asking it questions. And, we were getting these little answers. And then we started making up her backstory. And it was fun. I think her name was Martha. We got the best readings in front of the mirror in our bathroom. So we're like, okay, it was Martha. We were like asking, how'd you die? She said, I was stabbed. Like, okay. So Martha's husband stabbed her in front of the mirror in the bathroom. And he was an alcoholic, which is why she throws the bottles everywhere. So we had this whole story and we always said that was Martha.
And you may have had a real Martha. You might have added onto it and you may have got the whole story. That is how it works. But that SLS, that green camera, that was invented by an accident on an Xbox.
Yeah, the Kinect.
It was connected because mothers started complaining that there's something wrong. There's an extra character in my kid's game. And they're like, well, it's not there. And it turns out to be, spirits.
Yep. Okay. And they did that in Paranormal Activity 3, I think. That was the first time I had seen that. I hadn't seen it on the ghost hunting shows. But in Paranormal Activity 3, they had that. And it was like to be a scary moment where it was just showing because the kids were playing Xbox and they left it on. And then all of a sudden you see a figure moving through the green dots because it was infrared. So you could see the green dots and then you saw the figure moving through. It was, clever use of that. I didn't know at the time that was real, but then I saw it on Ghost Adventures. I saw them using it.
Yeah, I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
So Patti,
cool.
how did you, because you said you've known since you were little that you had mediumship and all of your abilities and everything. How did you discover that? And because it can be scary, right? When you're little, you're like, how do I know this?
It really wasn't scary to me. I just thought everybody could do it. Most ghosts are good. Mm-hmm. Most people are good. Go to a ball game, go to a mall, go to anywhere. And maybe there's one serial killer or creepo in there somewhere, but most people are good. Quirky, we're quirky, but spirits too. I just knew they had a lot to say. And I really do think kids have this gift. It just gets taught out of us in our modern, Western, completely left brain, logic focused, non-mystical. Everything becomes your imaginary friend, which is okay because we all need imaginary friends are great. We need those development, but they not all are. And my mom just kind of went, oh yeah, grandma could do that too. And even on the witchy side of things, I would be in my little suburban LA area backyard picking herbs and rosemary and mint and stuffing it in my mom's wallet, knowing it would bring her more money. Mm-hmm. Just kind of knew how to do it. She didn't kind of realize that. It's like, is that dirt? No, that's not dirt. That's money. That's not money. Yes, it will give you money. And I was right,
It's mint. You said mint. I grow mint every year. My wallet's going to smell fresh this year.
It is going to fresh. Yes, mint is really good for a lot of things. Charm your toothpaste every time you're brushing your teeth, because even if it's plain old Crest and Colgate, it's got mint in it. That's my old world magic.
How do you charm it?
Into everything. How do you charge it? Intent.
No, charm it. Would you say charm or charge?
Yes, both. Same thing.
Yes.
I will say yes.
I've often been known to brush my teeth upwards of 2 times a day. So I'm wondering. I know.
It's excessive.
I don't like to come on podcasts and brag about it, but
that is amazing. charge your mirror, your toothpaste. Mirrors are portals. We don't know that from television, right? So make it that you see your most beautiful, amazing, successful, healthy best every time. Put that charm into it. Works.
So by charming it, you mean just
intent. Intent is everything. Whenever you could speak out loud, because the universe, whoever, will hear you in your head. But as soon as you speak out loud, sound is magic. We know that, all that they're discovering now about sound. I do a lot of Heka work, Egyptian magic. And plus, when you speak out loud, your breath comes out. Your breath is your pneuma. It's your life force. It's your prana. Even the moisture in your breath is your free will. That's why some cultures like spit. Oh, pretty baby. You don't have to spit, but that's your free will. Mm-hmm. So just say, you are the most beautiful person I've ever seen in my life as you are brushing your teeth into the mirror. You are healthy and you're going to have a fabulous damn day.
That might get me going even after meals.
I know.
Yeah.
I saw that on your Instagram, a little reel with, I forget the gentleman's name, but he said, look in the mirror and say, you're lucky, you're lucky. And I did. Gary? Yes, I did that today. I was like, you're going to have a fucking amazing day. You're going to be so lucky.
And he is the most lucky man I have and always has been. We are literally pretend cousins from birth because our moms were pretend sisters from birth.
I love that.
They were best friends and they called each other sisters. So that means we're cousins. Now he gets to be everybody's cousin. But we would go and went from the time we were 21, we'd walk into Vegas. He's like, this machine, he'd walk in and get $1,000. He goes to Vegas to make money.
Wow. I need to go with him.
Yeah. Right. No, he completely. And he always has been. So that's when he started his luck thing. But it's true. We know, people call it whatever you want to call it, manifest, the lucky girl syndrome. It's neuroscience, it's psychology, it's magic, it's all of the above.
Wow. What you put out into the world, you get back.
100%. Cause and effect.
I'm all about karma. And just, I will find myself walking around the neighborhood. Yeah, just picking shit up and just I take back shopping carts just to give somebody else a nicer day. Yeah. Just to do little karmic things. And I do feel like that comes back to you.
100% it does. Because you're changing your perception and your worldview, which will change the actions, it's a beautiful, domino effect.
So I have an interesting question for you. The TikTok made everybody a tarot reader, right?
Yeah.
And everybody's a witch now. And which I love. That's fine.
I do too. I mean, you can't say you always get the best information. It's like, again, all of a sudden everybody knows tarot and witch, but what's good about it is that it's an empowering belief system.
Yes.
Even if, it's not like, do we gotta say because I say so. It's you think about it. You find your truth. Mm-hmm. You figure out what's good. So at least it's an empowering belief system. And we need that right now because it's like, everybody's power has been given away to fear or other people or limiting belief systems, or take it back.
I had a friend the other day. I was actually one of those tarot ones, but I studied for a long time before TikTok. So I was like, okay, I got this. And then it got weird. I got some weird questions and things were coming up that I just did not want to know about people. And I deleted it. I said, I'm done. But one of my girlfriends sends me an Instagram reel. She goes, look at my horoscope with tarot cards for the month of April or like something for that week. And I'm watching, I'm like, none of this is accurate. I was like, delete this woman. I was like, she's just telling you broad generalizations of what you want to hear. And she said something like, oh, the 3 of Swords is so positive. And I'm like, I was like, please delete this woman from your feed right now. But I'm just curious, do you ever watch any of these or anything and you kind of go, I really want to call you out on this because I know you're just doing it to monetize? Or
this witch.
I don't watch a whole lot of it because I'm a busy girl.
Well, yeah.
I'm a busy girl, if it causes somebody to think or take power, whatever, I will laugh at it. I've not called it. Who am I to say you're doing it wrong? Your truth may be different than mine. Maybe their 3 of Swords is positive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's twice now. You guys have to explain what is the 3 of Swords. I mean, I know what tarot cards are.
I'm with Alex on this one.
Yes.
Let me see if I
We're
have.
just going to raise our hands and let you witches teach us.
Go,
There's
girl.
there's a little raise hand button. Look, there's a little raise hand button. See if you can do that.
My three
Oh,
of
look at you.
cards.
It's
It's very limiting. Go on.
generally for me, it's always been kind of like in love. It's always there's a heartbreak coming or there's something negative that's happening in the background. It really depends on each different reading. It is a generalized kind of
Yeah.
form.
Yeah, that was perfect. It depends on what other cards are around it. I'm not much of a one card. I was going to see what I have this great deck. It's been out of print since the 90s, so I have to buy it from crazy collectors who charge too much.
Of course.
But
Those are the best collectors.
They're really cute. But what's my three of swords? And I just like how they explain things. Oh, come on. It's going to be absolutely the last
It
card
is.
in the deck. Isn't it? Isn't it? Okay, here's a nine of swords. Is this kind of obvious?
Mm-hmm.
Looks like two
boys
people
are like, I
smoking a
don't know.
joint on top of a mountain.
So it looks like
Three of swords. Really?
Rocking a doob.
I know. I'm like, my cards, I could grab them there.
It's
I
okay.
like tarot cards. I think they're interesting, but I think it's another thing where it's like you find
There are
what
two.
works for that person.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just got, okay. Here's my three of swords. Does that look like a happy card to you?
no.
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 Good swords, though.
Limited. Yeah. So depending on now, if you're going to have that next to the full, you're going to look at things and how they do. But yeah, no, I don't want to get into any witch wars online. Like,
Well, I got your back. If
Yeah,
you
that seems
do.
a bad community to pick fights with. That's a literal flame war.
we'll
Yeah.
take them together. Yeah.
But your life is so interesting. You're constantly traveling and talking to and meeting so many different people. Do you ever get tired and you're like, I just want to be home for 2 weeks at a time?
Not very often. I just think I obviously manifest. I created this.
Mhm.
And I was like, I want to travel. Well, I want to get paid to travel. I don't want to pay. I want to go to a spooky and magical place. I really created every part of my life. So if I want, why would I complain about it? If parts of it I don't like, I then switch. It's
I
like,
like that.
oh, I need to
Create
travel less.
something
So
new.
then I take less jobs into a travel left. I do believe we have to be driving our own boat.
Mhm.
So, travel is not what it used to be. So yes, I've been
Mhm.
stuck in Minneapolis airport, in the men's best overnight with Johnny Zapp. I mean, and you make the best of that. It's like, what tornado warnings
Yeah.
and things
Oh,
like,
yeah.
planes delayed 7 days and things like
Oh my
that.
God.
But I just look at it as an adventure. It's all perspective.
I like that.
Was
Now,
life.
what would you say is probably the most haunted place or the creepiest place for the normal people that you've been to?
Okay. It literally is 7 miles from my house. It's the Cecil Hotel in Los Angeles.
Ooh, I've heard of that one.
It's the one where the girl was found in the water tower after floating for 3
Yes.
weeks and people thinking the water tasted bad. And
Yeah.
that elevator thing. And
Yeah. She went on the
I
elevator
remember
and then
that
just
story.
and
disappeared.
they found her. Yeah. That place, it makes you, I've probably spent more time there than anyone. Within a half a block of that place, you get depressed, you get hopeless. You're just like, I want to die. I want to kill myself. And I never know where I'm going. I don't want to, because then I'd have to get all logical. What's supposed to have happened here? I don't want to know. Zach had called me a few weeks before. He goes, "Oh, Patty, can you get here in 2 hours?" Like, 2 hours. Oh my God, did I brush my hair today? And I don't think he told me it was a Cecil. He said it's downtown. It's like, it's kind of Skid Row. Be careful. And I get there and, this might be the water tower, girl. I don't know, but every step I took, you guys, I got more and more hopeless, depressed. A rat didn't even want to let me walk on the sidewalk. And I get rats usually skitter away from you, not towards. I'd go right and the rat would go right. I would go left and the rat would go left. I'm like, you have to let me in. By the time I got there, I was so hopeless. I just want to die. And the guys had been there for hours. They are fine. They had their cameras strapped on there. Hey, okay, Patty, here we go. There's 700 rooms. There's 14 floors. They're all unlocked. You tell us where to go. I'm like, I want to die. And I go into trance state right away because that's what I'm there for. So I allow myself to go into trance state. And I'm like, okay. So I go into the elevator and this is that elevator. So I pushed a button, I walked into, no, speaking of SLS, I walked into a room. I'm just like, I've got to get out of here. I just can't do this. I walk across this empty, ugly room. I open a window and I'm like, I've got to get out of here. All of a sudden, Zach is yelling at me, going, Patti, sit down. Why are you opening the window? Sit down. And in my trance state, I'm like, why is he yelling at me? Zach doesn't yell at me. I just have to get out of here. And he finally got me to sit down. Out of the 700 rooms, I led him to a room. Somebody had jumped out of that exact window. Here I am, opening a window that didn't even have a screen on it, on an upper floor, going, I got to get out of here. And then he got me to sit down, and there was an SLS camp guy standing on my head, making me do all that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Do you think hotels are much more like sad places because people are kind of transient?
Yes. And that place, the second it was built and the Depression hit. It was supposed to be a fancy place. It never was. Like grand opening, Depression hit. It's been a place of failure, and it's been a flop house, and when there's lots of drugs and alcohol involved. And now the last few years, good concept, bad idea. They've been moving in homeless people.
Oh.
Great. There's more than 700 people homeless, but people don't even want to move into it. They'd rather live on the street, and they're already jumping out windows and stuff.
That's got it. Just seems like it's adding.
Cleared. I would clear it. I couldn't clear it. I would like to gather every healer, priest, voodoo doctor, rabbi, shaman, every belief system. I would like to do a big hold hands around that building, kumbaya moment, because that's what it would take to clear that. It's something so much stronger than the sum of all its parts that's so evil there.
Wow.
I grew up in North Texas, and I don't know if you've ever heard of it. In Mineral Wells, Texas, the Baker Hotel.
That's closed up now, right?
They were trying to reopen it.
They're trying to reopen it right next to it.
And then they think they shut it down again.
It is real spooky there. And Minerals, the crazy water. There's a house right there. There's a house right next to that hotel I go to a lot.
Yeah, that we would take trips up there at night because, you're a kid in the 90s, you had nothing else to do. So we would drive around to other towns, and we drove to the Baker more than a couple times.
Why am I thinking it's the something house? I've been there like 2 or 3 times. It's really dark. Yeah.
We, you want to tell high school stories. We used to go up to Cuba Road all the time.
That wasn't real.
Huh?
That wasn't real.
There was a lot of stories about Cuba Road. There was the handprint from the kid who got killed on the train tracks. There was the white cemetery. There was the asylum. They actually tore the asylum down now. But yeah, it was like supposedly the most haunted road in Illinois.
Yeah, I drove down that road. I was fine.
I mean, it's
funny. Can you haunt
legends?
Like, how big or small does a thing need to be, like, to be haunted? Can a building itself, or does it have to be one room? Or
no, I don't think there's any rules. I mean, you could be a toaster or an area of a house. Some spirits might be attached to a sense of place, or to a sense of person, or to the ground underneath it. I think with the Cecil, it's got everything. There's water underground, and this is a little swath through downtown LA. I think there's just something, again, bigger than the sum of all its parts.
Yeah,
sure.
A lot of Native American ground, all sorts of places, because this whole country is Native American ground.
If that's the case, we're all screwed.
We are all screwed. Yeah. So, So I don't think the size matters.
So, you heard it here, folks.
Glad to hear it.
You're in, Alex.
There's a clown motel about 2 hours south of Vegas that's supposedly haunted. Have you been there?
No, I haven't, and I hate clowns. I want to go there.
So
I do want to go there.
I want to go.
I want to go, and a lot of the teams I work with have gone. Elton, the overnight crew, and Zach, of course, and my friend Danielle. But I do want to go because I really don't like clowns. Dolls, yeah, give me a haunted doll, yeah. Clowns, no.
I feel you on that. The whole game of it, I don't like.
I want to go. I want to go stay in this motel, hotel, whatever it is, at least one night.
Yeah.
No.
Bless you. Have fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
You go hang out in the Overlook. Be right back here.
Once this podcast becomes bigger and we can afford a group trip, we're going to the Clown Motel.
I'll meet you guys there. I'll guide you through. We'll do a seance in the cemetery that's sitting next to the Clown Motel.
Absolutely.
I'll watch from the car.
I'll be right there with you, Steph.
Yeah,
I'll be in the car in the other state. If y'all are hanging out, if you're just south of Vegas, I'm going to be just north. You guys come get me when you're done. I'm not Patty, I'll be there kicking it with your buddy, your lucky horseshoe friend.
Okay, they're right there. Yeah, making money in Vegas.
Yeah.
I am also.
Speaking of this one's on you. I had a last question.
I was going to say I'm also terrified of clowns, and these boys got me to watch Welcome to Derry, and there were a lot of moments where I closed my eyes when it came on, and I was like, that's about as far as I'll go with the clowns, because I know that in the end, after 8 episodes, I don't have to watch this for a year.
So. Yeah, it was a great show, though.
I didn't get too into it.
It was fantastic. They did so good.
I read that book when I was a kid, like really young, and I'm having a hard time watching it be played out with new characters and everything. Sorry, that's the pop culture of this all. We need to get right back to Patty and the ghosts.
Yes.
Go anywhere you want to go.
Ask your question, Alec.
Well, now I have 2 questions. It started a new one. First one, have you ever been to Chicago and seen some of the haunted places here where we are living?
Yes, I'm trying to remember. What prisons do you have near you?
Cook County.
Joliet's got a pretty big one.
Joliet.
It's probably Joliet.
I think I did Joliet. I did a mini tour with the overnight crew, Elton Castay. That's who Matt Rife works with. They're the ones who now own Annabelle and the entire Warren estate.
Mm-hmm.
I did a little mini part of their tour, and where we would go, we would do kind of like a stage show, which is on stage talking, and all night Ghost had been to that prison, I think, at Joliet Prison, and then the motorhome would drive us to the next state. So we were going through that whole area. But they, my little crowded brain, they all start running together. That's why I have a little segment going, "Where's Patty?" Because I wake up and I don't know where I am. I don't know if haunted prison, which state, which part of the Midwest, which Hilton, which haunted old cowboy hotel.
There's the Ashford Asylum too in Illinois, which is down close to Paris. We accidentally ended up there one time on our way down to Tennessee late at night, and my wife was like, "Absolutely fucking not! We're not stopping there," because we saw the sign, and I was like, "Steph, it's the Ashford Asylum," and I know that the Ghost Adventures crew had been there. They had an episode on it, and I was like, I saw the sign, and I was like, we should go, and it's like midnight. It's literally midnight,
and I'm like, yes, let's go. We're gonna go right now.
Like, no. She's like, you already got us lost. We're in cornfields. Like, we're not going. I'm like, okay.
Poking bears all over the place.
Yep.
I'm fine with the spirits, and they're fine with me. I don't go into the water, so I will not be eaten by a fucking shark. That's all I'm saying.
We do have a cemetery, Bachelor's Grove. It's south suburbs. I couldn't even walk down there. The minute I stepped basically across the street, I was kind of pushed back, and it was just that terror, that fear, kind of like the hotel where you're just like, you can't go here, and you're not supposed to. It's blocked off. There's cops that sit there so you don't go at night. And I was like, it's fine. I'm gonna go. I could not walk past a certain point. So I would say if you ever come back to Chicago, let us know, and we'll take you there.
I'll let you know if you give me a tour of all the.
You got to go to L&L Tavern.
Okay. Yeah. Don't know that.
It's on Clark, just north of Belmont. John Wayne Gacy used to drink there, and it's got quite a reputation. There's a lot of bars. Steph and I both worked in a bunch of bars in the city where, I mean, these buildings are old. You know, some shiz has gone down.
Again, the farther we go that way, out west where I live, we don't have anything old. So the farther east you go, Midwest, you get old. The oldest things we have are the mining towns, because that's so you go to Virginia City, Nevada, or Nevada City, or Vulture City, Arizona, which is a whole other energy, because the rough and tumble, I want to make $1 million on mining, people go there, and the really tough girls go there. But I like going back east where you're getting to buildings from 1500 and 1600 and Civil War stuff and all that. It's cool. And then you go even further and go Europe, and you're getting into castles.
God, that's...
And then we did a really fun Romania tour last year, and that's crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
The ghosts they're not just stick figures on a Kinect. They're a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've only.
We're all like,
my turn. Yeah, my turn.
We
Alex.
all want to talk to you so bad.
I know.
We're just stepping on top of each other.
I know.
We spend hours training every week not to talk over each other, and then you show up.
And at this point, like we're all just trying to show you how cool we are with our stories. But
You need stories. Stories are good.
I have 2 incidents, and actually, so we had a tyromancer on here a few months ago. She was wonderful, great lady. And I had said to her that I didn't have any experiences. And then as I thought about it afterwards, I'm like, there's 2 possible ones that I might have had. One of them was actually at a birthday party for Steph. And we were at the Schoolyard Tavern. Everything closed down. Everybody went home. Steph, Eric drove you home that night, which was a different story for another time. Yeah. But anyways, so everybody had left and it was just kind of me, and it was late and there was nobody on the streets. And I went to my car and I just felt something very strange. I got in my car and I started driving home. I lived in Aurora at the time, so it was like an hour drive home. And as I'm sitting there, like my skin is like burning and my insides are freezing cold, like I was being microwaved. I had to pull over at a gas station, have a smoke, and like outside my car. And I was just like, I felt like somebody was in my back seat. And I just kept feeling that the whole way home. I got home, I like jumped out of my car and I went up to the apartment. And I was completely fine. And it was a very strange feeling. Years later, a friend of mine, told me, hey, he's like, that might actually be PTSD because I served in the military and this was shortly after. And I started having panic attacks. And that's what my therapist thinks as well. But for me, I felt like somebody was in the back seat.
Probably with somebody in the back seat, which can trigger PTSD or PTSD, the tension and stuff can trigger. It's very full circle. But
you know what? I'm going to tell my therapist that because she's been trying to find the trigger for my panic attacks. I'm going to be like, it's ghosts. Fucking ghosts. It's ghosts.
I blame them for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
make sure you have like a glass of whiskey in your hand. And you're like, it's ghosts of my past.
Yeah. It's ghosts. And they're going to be like, this guy's crazy. Yeah. My last therapist ghosted me. I think he just had enough.
Oh my God.
Patti, you've been doing this for years. You've communicated with spirits. You've helped people find peace. And I gotta ask the big fucking question. Does it mean that do you think that there is a heaven? Do you think that the spirits who are here pass on? And I'm not talking about some Judeo-Christian bullshit of the man in the clouds. I mean like the next thing.
I do. I think it's really hard for our teeny tiny human brains. We are like pea brains. But the closest, I study religion, I was in school, I was science, occult science, metaphysics. I think the closest I see, nothing dies. We know that. Science has proved that. Nothing dies. It just
matter cannot be created nor destroyed.
Yeah, agree. So we lose the meat suit. We know that. We lose the meat suit, whatever the spirit becomes. I think the closest I see is the ancient Sumerian belief, almost in effect, you kind of go to the afterlife you believe in. Like if you're looking for those pearly gates or whatever, you're going to create those pearly gates. I do believe in reincarnation because I know exactly who I was in my last life. I went to that house, picking it out by myself, knew every inch of it. When you have deja vu, those little moments, it was a deja vu that could lasted for an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And almost more like the Matrix, almost, that you kind of create. Nothing dies. I do believe in reincarnation. I do believe we come part of a great big consciousness along the way. And I think beyond that, it's way too complicated for our teeny tiny human brains.
We are stardust. We are golden. We are billion-year-old carbon.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And we do. The iron in us is from stars. We are all of that,
Yeah.
Do you want to pass on or do you want to kick it and have the next generation of Patti?
Well, see, I really like living here. I have so many friends, especially in my spiritual world. I'm done with Earth. I want to move on. Oh no, humans are funny. Humans are quirky. I want to come back and do it again.
I feel like at that point, especially
run it back.
Yeah. I feel like especially at that point, after you know, like you're dead, you're a ghost and there's an afterlife and you know it. And you're like, now I can just watch the hilarity ensue.
Yeah. See, but the thing is, I also think, so I don't believe there's time. This is where it gets hard on my little tiny human brain. I don't believe there's time and space on the other side. That, as we know, is our created, that time and space thing. That's how we've created.
Sure.
But if there's not time and space, okay, I'm dead. I know who I was in my last life. I know where I'm buried. Hollywood Forever Territory. I know where the house is. All of a sudden, okay, I believe it. I have so much proof. I've had pictures. And then me came to one of my seances. It's like, what the well, if I'm you and how could you be here? But if there's no time and space on the other side, you could be, I believe you could be in your pearly gates if that's what you're looking for. You could be hovering over the grandkids, watching them grow up, and be reincarnated in your next life, and all of the above if there's no time and space.
I like that.
See, I like
in
that.
multiple places.
I like it. And
It's a nice thought.
Yeah, I like it. And, you know, so I watch a lot of Neil deGrasse Tyson. So on the science side, talking about simulation theory, it's very similar concept. So, and I love that theory. I think it's great. And I think it makes the most sense. You know, there's they've done enough proof to show that, you know, what we have here is not exactly real, but it's also
Fuck that.
real.
It's the Greek gods. That's the winner. When we all die, we're gonna show up and they're like, yeah, it's fucking Zeus and here's Hera. This was the right one. Why did you guys change it?
Right, exactly.
I love
We have to control things.
I love reincarnation. I definitely have lived many lives, and I'm very aware of that. I know where I've been and everything. At least I think I do. I believe it. But it's interesting when people are like, no, this is it. When you die, you die. I'm like, no, you have so many lessons to learn in life. And that's why a lot of people come back. 'Cause they're like, all right, I did it this way at one point. Now I want to do it this way. That's my belief anyway. So
Yeah, I agree. How do you explain the kid, the 3-year-old who could play Beethoven or remember every World War II play? I mean,
yeah.
over and over again. Look at those, whatever the something tapes. It's amazing.
How do you know to put mint in a wallet and that it's going to bring you money? You did that in past lives. Yeah.
Nailed it, Steph.
Brought it back.
Great callback.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my daughter's got the gift.
Yay!
You're very welcome. That comes from me.
No, it does not come from you. It would come from our parents, you weirdo.
It actually came from grandma, but
yeah.
I
Well,
deal with this all the time, Patty.
yeah.
yeah.
So she's there was one, she was 2 years old and she was she was talking pretty well at that point, and she was in
Grandma
the bath.
or Steph?
Huh? My
Your
daughter.
grandmother or Steph?
My daughter.
Okay,
I was
sorry,
there.
I apologize.
Yeah. No. So my daughter, she's taking a bath and everything, and she's just looking up in the corner of the bathroom, and I'm like, "What are you looking at?" And she's like, "There's an angel up there." And I'm like, "Oh, there's an angel. Okay. You know, what does it look like?" She's like, "Oh, it looks like Grandma Wee's, my wife's mom." And I'm like, "Oh, really?" I'm like, "What's it doing?" She's like, "It's a naughty angel." And I'm like, "Oh shit. Okay. Not okay with this one anymore." But then we'll drive past places, things that we've done and visited before she was ever born, but she'll be able to state facts about it. We go past the place where I bought my car. I bought my car 6 years before she was born, roughly 6-7 years before she was born. But we'll drive past it. It's not even a car dealership anymore. It's like a heavy equipment dealer. And we'll drive past it and she'll be like, "That's where you bought your car." And I'm like, "How do you know that?"
No time and space.
She's incredibly intelligent and knows everything.
I taught
Send her to Patty to be a ward, and you can raise up an army of young mediums, Hogwarts style, out there in the California hills.
You can have her. She is a mouthy little thing. You can have her.
Damn naughty angels teaching her shit.
She was afraid of thunder, and so I tried to ease her fear. I think it was last year, and I told her, I said, "Listen, when there's thunder, it's the witches dancing. That's all it is. They're just having a party upstairs." I'm like, "Auntie Steffi's friends are upstairs dancing," and she goes, "Okay." I didn't think she remembered it, and then Adam said last week, she said, "It's just the witches dancing." I was like,
Nice.
When
Great.
When the tornadoes were rolling through, she heard the thunder and she's like, that's the witches, right? And I'm like, yeah, it's the witches. She's
Yeah,
also, so question for you though, because she's got, I call him Thunder Buddy Bob, and he's a little teddy bear, and it's her comfort blanket when there's storms. It doesn't do much because she still comes and gets me every night. But is there a way to charm this bear to take away some of that fear?
Yes. Yes, and people and witches have been doing that with teddy bears since the beginning of. Often, people will sew little crystals inside in the thing and put little good luck charms and all sorts of things. But even without doing any of that, put that intent into the bear. Again, with your breath. I'm holding. Here's kind of a bear. It's my bear bell. Okay. You are going to give comfort to my daughter. You are going to give solace. You are going to, that when she hugs you, it does this. Tell the bear, and then also tell your daughter, because then it'll be twice as strong, that this bear has been charged. It works. It's energy. It's just energy. We create the spirit of things all the time.
I'm going to try that.
Yeah.
Say it into existence.
Yeah.
Say it into existence, like we do with everything else on the planet.
I'm just trying to get a good night's sleep during the thunderstorms. So
Well, who isn't?
That's not
Patti,
altruistic at all.
no,
You do so much, and you're dealing with so many things. How do you relax? Like, what are you listening to? Like, do you put on some Stevie Nicks to be on the nose here?
Of course. I've got a Stevie. Where's Stevie? Stevie Nicks.
Oh.
Nice. Oh man,
the ultimate witch goddess.
yeah, she's up there.
She's up there. Yeah, she. No, I actually. I'm pretty good over the years of. I can turn off like that. I can go into like a little Zen state really easy. I am into sound though. I will like to listen to hertz and megahertz, like right sound stuff when I go to bed, healing sound stuff. It's that. A good way to practice is so weird is I do a lot of breathing exercises and things, but dowsing rods, plain old simple old dowsing rods. If I handed you if you first hand somebody, they're like, whoa, they're flying all over crazy. And you get to where they don't fly over crazy, you could learn to relax. Anxiety goes away, PTSD goes away. So then you could ask them questions, cross on yes, not on no. Yes, that's a yes. That's the three of you are literally in my home in Hollywood. No, you're not. We are talking to each other electronically. Yes, we are. Adam's wearing a bunny suit. No, he's not. He's wearing a green shirt. Yes, he is. Easy peasy. But again,
dowsing. I've never heard of those before.
Relaxed. Dowsing. They've been used forever. You could find water in the desert.
I was going to say, is that kind of like a divining rod?
Exactly that. Yeah.
Wow.
I'll take you to my store. Don't worry.
Yeah.
You have a store?
I have a couple stores. Yeah.
Oh, I like stores.
Yeah, but learning to we can control, do it with breath. But that's why in my Old World Magic book, I created. What I'm looking along, working with people, my clientele, we're all out of balance. Nobody's in balance anymore. I put, because I'm a pagan, I'm a witch, air, fire, water, earth, like Native Americans, like any shamanic people, Peruvians, air, fire, water, earth. If you put that into your human self, your earth is who you are. Oh, that's your persona. Oh, that's Alex. He's funny. Oh, that's Steph. Who you are. It's in the north. Who you are. It's your home. It's your persona. North. The south is your fire. That would be your passion, creativity, love, sex, the gods, what gets you up in the morning, who we are, what drives us, north and south. Where we get off balance is west and east, like an airplane going like this, like a ship on rough water. West in an elemental compass is water. Water is 70% of our body. It has to flow. Water is completely attached to emotion, like tears. Air in the east is our thoughts. It's our focus. It's the breath we do. Creativity, organization, who we are, what drives us, our emotions and our thoughts. That easy. Where we get off most of balance is our emotions and our thoughts. What drives us off, right? What do we need more than anything to survive, more than a few minutes or a few days? Water and air. So I came up with these 30-second ways to balance out. Say if you're not as happy as you can be for whatever, we're living beings. We are sitting here with computers and phones. We all should be. I am the luckiest person alive every day. Every person watching and listening to this should be like that. Or if you're not as productive as you want to be, or equally you're not as awake as you want to be. We don't want to be phoned in, automatic pilot, asleep at the wheel, by rote. That's the zombies. So if you're not as awake, alive, or as happy as you want to be, figure out which element is the most out of balance. Oh, it's my emotions. I got in a fight at home. Somebody flipped me off on the freeway. That's your water element. What you need is water, running water. Think how good you feel.
Water is your emotions?
Yeah, water is. Think how good you feel after every shower, right?
I do
Looking
love
at water. I have a water pump. It's like an aspirin takes away a headache. You don't have to understand why, but you can't jump in a shower 5 times a day, but you could walk up to a sink, a drinking fountain, a hose, a little bottle of water. Okay, mind, body, spirit. That's my whole magic is based on that philosophy, psychology, science. Mind. We know we'll never surpass our belief system. We know if you don't think you could do something, you're really not going to do it. If you think you can conquer that mountain, that's the people that do. We understand that. Basic mind. Body. You got to get off the couch and take action. We understand that. You want to get healthy. Body. Spirit. That's the least tangible. People don't get that. But the spirit is the battery that makes whatever happen. A spirit, you can get that through old school, go to church, go to temple, prayer. You could do it new age. Affirmations, vision boards. You could do what I do, candles, spells, herbs, and oils. Oh my. But each of you could look at everything you've ever created in your life, which is a lot. You have podcasts, friends, family. You've believed you could do it and that you deserved it, most of the part. You've gotten off the couch and taken some action. And number 3, you've had some faith or belief or magic behind it. The stuff you haven't quite accomplished yet, 1 or 2 of those things need tweaking. But we live on the earth. As of now, we're human or half human or angel human, witch human, whatever. But we are run by gravity. We are on this earth. If you put air, fire, water, and earth, like the system I use, and you go, okay, it's my emotions. I'm angry. I'm angsty. I have PTSD. Don't even know. That's the water element. Walk up to a sink, whether you're talking to your emotions itself, or you're talking to some deity, whether you're just talking to the element. With this water, I'm going to release this stress. Stick your hands, body, underwater. Because, we work with healers, people with Reiki. We have portals in our hands. Stick your hand underwater. Within 30 seconds, the angst, anxiousness, fear, all the excess runs out healthfully. Instead of storing it in your jaw or storing it in your shoulders, runs out that easy. 30 seconds, gone. I've seen people get off like depression meds. If it's your air, we don't breathe right anymore. Nobody breathes. We went through 2 years of wearing masks. We're always in a hurry. We breathe shallow. That causes chatty brains and foggy brains. That's our air element. That's thought. Just like Steph, look at wands, and it's the 4 elements of tarot too. Mm-hmm. But air is our thoughts. It's our focus. It's our clarity. So breathe. Nobody breathes. To make it in 30 seconds, I add sound. Vowels will always clear the head. Think about it. Almost every sacred word is a vowel. Amen. Om. Native American. Hey ya, ya. East Indian. Ya, ya, ya. So again, okay, I can't think straight. I'm going to be on this podcast. Oh my gosh, I got to be able to think. Okay, I'm foggy, I'm chatty, whatever that is. Okay, whether you're talking to your brain cells, God, the element of air itself with this 30 seconds of deep breathing, 30 seconds of vowels, I need to bring in the clarity of the air element. Or om, or E-I-E-I-O with your cat. In 30 seconds, the chatter stops, the fog lifts, the clarity comes in. That easy. Those 2 are game changers. If you're not feeling grounded, hug a tree. If you can't hug a tree, grab a number 2 pencil. You will feel it like an earthen blanket rang around. For fire, when our fire's too high, we're anxious, we're angsty, we're angry, we're agitated. When our fire's too low, we're lethargic, we're tired, we're uninspired. Dance around a bonfire. When you can't dance around a bonfire, the Heka, the magic sound, it's the dragon, it's a lightning strike, which is dancing, is Z. Zzz. Ask your little daughter, what does a bee sound like? Zzz. That will hit that lightning strike. So my fire's too high, I'm angsty, my fire's too low, I'm lethargic. I can't dance around a bonfire or light a batch of candles. Zzz, with the intent, with the ask, zzz, within 30 seconds, your fire balances out. You'll feel it going like a little kundalini up and you balance out. We have this power. Nature, Mother Earth, gods, aliens gave us this ability on our planet. We've just forgotten. Early man knew it. We have everything we need to keep in balance. Balance is what we're out of.
Now, you said vowels are important. What about why? Because it's sometimes why. It's sometimes a vowel.
Why? Why? That is the ultimate question. That is the big question. I don't know. There is no answer.
Yeah, but that is the answer.
I am excited. I'm going to buy all your books and read them. You have me sold.
Yeah.
That is the first one. Old World Magic for the Modern World. Literally, you could download it for $6. The print is $12. It's the easiest read ever because I wanted it. I spent more time unwriting it than writing it on purpose because we have look at how little that is.
Yeah.
And this is literally life hacks. In the bathroom, what a little salt in your toilet will do. How to carve your soap, love magic, how to talk to dead people. Easy peasy in a 2-night read or 1-night read for a lot of people.
I'm almost like, do I actually own that book already?
I don't know, maybe.
Kind of wondering.
Old World Magic for the Modern World.
To read it.
Old World Magic. And you spell magic with a K. Is there a difference?
Yes. This came up with Crowley in the Magic,
Aleister Crowley?
MAGIC. Yeah. MAGIC, he came up with a K. MAGIC means magic in all its terms, or I pull a rabbit out of a hat or go car trips. As soon as you put the K, it's this kind of magic.
Interesting.
I did not know that.
Yeah. The more you know.
I'm like convinced I own your book. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to have to look.
You do have to read it. I've tried that little synopsis into your brain. It's a super easy, fast, easy read, though. My new book is very different. My doll craft book.
And what is the title of that? So we can.
You want a doll, or you want to make some magical puppets. Very different.
Puppets.
Adam, our brother Eric would love this.
Yeah. We got him that doll used to chase him around the house. It was awesome.
So the title of your new book is Dollcraft. Is there a...
Yes, A Witch's Guide to Puppet Magic and Haunted Dolls, available everywhere, Barnes & Noble, Amazon, bookstores. Go to your mom and pop shops first if you can. Otherwise, you can get it everywhere online.
Now, you've got a great voice. Are you doing the audio?
Huh? Yes. This one you could do audio and ebook. This one, I'm not sure. I think you could do ebook or regular. It's a Llewellyn. I'm just learning my new publishers. This one, audio or regular.
And you do all the readings for them? Like it's your voice that narrates them?
No, when I first made this 7 years ago, I did not have the equipment to do that. So I literally, I hired an actor who sounded a woman's voice. I wanted an approachable, easy woman, not to sound like me, but to sound like, I didn't want an English accent.
Yeah.
Who can most sound
Watch out for these puppets.
I wanted it to be, this is easy. Anybody could do this. Why you stir your coffee clockwise?
Sure.
Like that.
Awesome.
I know.
I do stir my coffee
I'm going to do it. Yeah.
Okay, you guys,
Oh my
everybody above the equator, which is all of us, but I go to Australia a lot. When you're clearing your house, if you're Palo Santoing or saging your house, when you're clearing, go counterclockwise. It's magnetics. Your toilet knows which way to go.
Starting up north?
Oh, yeah, counterclockwise. Well, if this way.
Go around.
Just go in a circle.
I guess it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter where you start.
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
Hey, I'm writing this shit down, Adam. I'm taking notes here. I'm going to be cleaning my house on Sunday.
First, you go counterclockwise, hit pots and pans together, ring bells, going, get rid of anger, get rid of illness, get rid of ghosts, get rid of tiredness, counterclockwise as much as you can within reason. Then you go clockwise and fill it up with love and health and happiness. Stand at your front door. Who's allowed in your home? Only people invited in, people with respect for me, my family, people who are, what gets to come in your window? Sunshine, inspiration, fresh air. What do you want in your bedroom? Great sleep, great intimacy. What do you want in your kids' room? Fill it up clockwise. And again, if you're stirring your morning coffee or your tea or your kids' oatmeal, go clockwise. Put in a little cinnamon for energy and passion. Clockwise to add, counterclockwise to remove, unless you're in Australia.
That's fair.
It's all science. It's all magnetics. And
yeah.
magic.
I mean, what is magic but science we haven't explained yet?
It is. It's completely. And now science is slowly catching up with quantum physics, quantum mechanics.
Sure. I mean, ever since they put that Hadron Collider out there,
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like so much has happened.
Yeah. Time slips. Yeah.
Well, it's, that there was a term for that. It was called back in the day, it was called the God gap. Anything that couldn't be explained was automatically, it was the gods. It's the sun god, the sky god, the water god. So that was called the God gap. And now, so we've actually replaced it now. And, unfortunately we didn't use witches or anything, but it's now the alien gap. We now blame a lot of things on aliens.
Yeah. Again, just because it's what we know in early days. Who knows if all those Hagru are aliens or are gods or whatever? That's all the same thing. Mm-hmm. But just like if somebody does like an hallucinogenic, like DMT or something like that, what everybody used to think were those psychedelic leprechauns now are probably aliens because we see things as different things.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, who knows? One of those drugs out there could just be tapping into the fourth dimension. We don't know.
Probably are.
Yeah, I do like the correlation between science and magic sometimes. It's like, especially the way you're putting it. You're taking you're taking magic, but you're saying, here's magnetism, which we know about through science. So we're understanding more about how the witchcraft world works because we understand more about science.
Right. And it is, you speak to your audience. That's why I like to study things, because I could speak in very Judeo-Christian terms to somebody that feels that that's what they'll hear. I could talk in more scientific terms to that somebody. I could talk in real woo-woo witchy terms if it's a little girl from Witch Talk Girls.
Steph just got so excited when you said that. I could just see the little black hood rising up over her head.
Just wait until my next reel. I've got something planned. She's
definitely joining your club. So
100%.
Yeah. I mean, Steph is in one of my classes.
I know.
I every Tuesday night, it's the world's cheapest school. I saw all these other mediums and TV mediums charging thousands of dollars. Great. I couldn't have afforded that. My classes are $10 to $20 each. We're in small, intimate little Zoom classes. I teach mediumship, psychic development, spell casting, familiars, past life.
Oh, I'm joining.
Interesting.
You're going to see me.
I have great teachers all over the world, but I teach on Tuesday evening.
Okay.
It's a good night for it.
Yeah. Call me. I'll send you a link. Step into it.
I would love to. Now, I saw on your website.
We'll put that link on our stuff to make sure that everybody gets it out.
Magicus.com or magicu.org.
Yeah, and people can book readings and seances. You have a lot that you can do, and I mean, bless your heart that you are not drained as fuck afterwards. Because
I keep thinking about it's like, last year, I think I had 35 trips, which is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of travel. I have a streaming network, Paraflix.
Mm-hmm.
I have a school at International University Magicus. I have my podcast. I have my private clientele. It's like, I need another job. Okay. We don't need to sleep. No.
Pick up a night bartending. It's a great shift. I recommend it.
You can meet people. I mean, it's been fun watching you and following you on Instagram and everything. And your life just is fascinating. You might be my new idol. So,
you're so cute. Well, I take you in. I won't be your idol, but I'll be your friend. I'll teach you. Yeah,
that's what I want. That's what I'm here for.
It's the deal.
We're starting to run a little low on time. I was curious, are you able to do readings through internet, or do you have to be in person? Because I'm going to ask you.
Internet is just as during COVID, I discovered that a seance, like if we were doing a seance and you wanted to talk to me, just as connected. There is, if there's no time and space on the other side of the veil, then it isn't like, everybody will get the goosebumps at the same time. We'll see orbs going by Alex's head as grandma so-and-so comes in. It's just, internet is fine. Again, I went from, and now that I'm very international, I have as many clients all over the world as I do locally. It's no longer around my dining room table.
Which,
Actually, that was a pretty
congratulations.
cool
That's
table.
amazing. It means you're
Yeah.
doing it right. So,
It's
Uh,
fun. It's cool.
but yeah, we would love to put your links and everything and on all of our pages and support you because you have been fantastic. And I am
Thank you.
so blessed to have you here and a subject that I can talk about.
Yay! Well, you are very, very magical. You guys are great. Thank you for what you guys are doing. And yeah,
Well, thank you so much
Awesome.
for coming on the show, Patti. You've been wonderful. So interesting conversation.
Breath of fresh air.
Very different. You know,
air.
the air, the breath of
Air,
fresh
fire, water, earth. Can I speed through? I have a couple of random questions.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Speed round.
Do you hate Houdini?
No, I love Houdini, and I talked to him.
Good.
No, that's a
Do
speed
you
round.
think
Okay, 'cause
that the
we've gone to
correlation
him at the
between-
Winchester Mystery House?
Well, that's on my list.
Okay.
I love the Winchester House. Do you think that the rise in mediums and seances during the Gilded Age mirrors a rise coming up in our own world, where we find ourselves in a second Gilded Age with such a massive, wealth gap in the country, and you
Yes.
see like the rich people who can spend the money and the poor people who can't, but are more spiritual because they've got fuck all nothing.
100%. People go back to when people get. Yes, I'm not good at speed round because yes, the world gets scary, people go back. They want to know that there's something on the other side if we all get blown up tomorrow. That's why people go the spiritualist moment, 100 and whatever years ago. Now, rise in witchcraft. And there's still people who don't like, well, I don't want that woo-woo shit. I don't want witchcraft. I don't want religion. But I'm still scared if we get blown up tomorrow by China or Russia or the aliens. I want to know I'm okay. So they want to go on a paranormal investigation. They want to go on a ghost hunt. And then
Nice.
they see it's real, then they'll backdoor into a belief system that helps support them. So yes,
Any belief system works and is nice.
It's a roadmap. It's to navigate.
Mm-hmm. Winchester House, because I'm super excited. Have you been to the Winchester House?
Oh my gosh, yes. I
Oh my
love
God,
it.
I want to go. Steph,
It
Adam, do you know about this place?
Yes, of
Oh, yeah.
course.
is crazy. I would still be there if somebody didn't lead me out. I would be lost. Lost. I've spent a lot of time there. Last season, watch the Ghost Adventures.
Mhm.
They've done a couple at Winchester, but the one where we conjured Houdini is amazing. We shot it maybe a year ago. It plays often because Aaron caught this stuff on Polaroid cameras. It's crazy. I was there for Super Bowl day, Super Bowl week, this past Super Bowl. Winchester Mystery House flew me in to predict the Super Bowl. So they drove me around to San Francisco news stations all day. Then we had a press event, like 50 people. We were up in the spooky part of the Winchester Mystery, and we predicted Seattle win, and we got the Seattle win. The Ghost of the Winchester picked. It was really, I love that place.
Ooh.
It's weird that you found Houdini. I thought he was so avidly
Trying
anti-medium.
to disprove mediums. Well, he stayed there for 1 month. And he stayed there for 1 month wanting to disprove it. He liked to disprove it, but he didn't, after he got out of there, he didn't talk about disproving it. And then again, on his deathbed, he told his wife to do seances all the time. And
Interesting.
we got him.
Gotcha.
Ghost Adventures. I was writing crazy poems, because again, from the age, Houdini comes and in the window, it was crazy. It was fun.
I'm
Wow.
going to watch that tonight.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to picking up your book and reading everything and then getting super stoned and seeing
Yeah,
ghosts.
get super stoned. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you again, Patti. And again, you can pick up her books. They seem amazing. I actually want to really read those. I'm always fascinated by it. But thank you so much for joining us on the SpitTake Podcast. And to all of our listeners, we will see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Guys, keep up the good work.
And girls. And peoples. And ghosts.
Cool.